So our topic is Gauss quadrature method. We have to study two Gauss quadrature methods, that is Gauss quadrature 2-point method as well as Gauss quadrature 3-point method. We are first dealing with 2-point method. The 2-point Gauss quadrature rule is an extension of trapezoidal rule approximation where the arguments of the function are not predetermined as a and b but as unknowns, that is x1 and x2. So the 2-point Gauss quadrature rule, the integral is approximated as I is equal to integral a to b f of x dx, which is equal to c1 into f of x1 plus c2 into f of x2. So here we have four unknowns, that is x1, x2, c1 and c2. These are found by assuming that the formula gives exact result for integrating a general third order polynomial, which is f of x is equal to a0 plus a1 plus a2 into x square plus a3 into x cube. So by solving the third order polynomial, we get the values of constants c1, c2, x1 and x2. Here c1 and c2 are same, which is equal to b minus a by 2, where a is the lower limit of integral and b is the upper limit of integral. Here x1 is equal to b minus a by 2 into negative 1 by root 3 plus b plus a by 2, and x2 is equal to b minus a by 2 into positive 1 by root 3 plus b plus a by 2. So by substituting the values of these constants in the equation, that is integral a to b f of x dx is equal to c1 f of x1 plus c2 f of x2, we get the final formula. We have to memorize only this formula for solving the problem. So this method is applied for polynomials up to 3 degrees. Now we have to study about Gauss 3-point method, which is very much similar to 2-point method. So here integral a to b f of x dx can be expressed as c1 into f of x1 plus c2 into f of x2 plus c3 into f of x3, where c1, c2 and c3 are coefficients and x1, x2, x3 are function arguments. These are calculated by assuming the formula gives exact expression for integrating a fifth order polynomial. The form of that fifth order polynomial is given there. Now by solving the fifth order polynomial, we get the values of x1, x2 and x3, where x1 is equal to b minus a by 2 into z1 plus b plus a by 2, where a and b are the lower limit and upper limit of integral. X2 and x3 are almost similar. The only difference lies within the values of z1, z2 and z3, where z1 is equal to negative root 3 by 5 and z2 is equal to 0 and z3 is equal to positive root 3 by 5. Now we can generalize the Gauss 3-point formula as I is equal to b minus a by 2 into w1 into f of x1 plus w2 into f of x2 plus w3 into f of x3, where w1 is equal to w3 is equal to 5 by 9 and w2 is equal to 8 by 9. Now by applying the values of all these constants, we get the final integral value. So this method can be applied for polynomials up to degree 5. Gaussian quadrature on minus 1 comma 1. Suppose the limit is from minus 1 to 1. We can use much more simplified formula, which is obtained from general formula by putting the values of a and b as minus 1 and 1. So the formula for 2-point method, if the limit is from minus 1 to 1, is integral minus 1 to 1 f of x ds is equal to f of minus 1 by root 3 plus f of 1 by root 3. Then the formula for 3-point method is integral minus 1 to 1 f of x ds is equal to 5 by 9 into f of negative root 0.6 plus f of positive root 0.6 plus 8 by 9 into f of 0. Now we can discuss some problems. Example 1. Apply Gauss 2-point formula to evaluate integral minus 1 to 1 by 1 plus x square dx. Here we have to use Gauss 2-point formula. Since the limit is from minus 1 to 1, we can use the simplified formula, which is integral minus 1 to 1 f of x dx is equal to f of negative 1 by root 3 plus f of positive 1 by root 3. Now by solving, we get f of negative 1 by root 3 and f of positive 1 by root 3 is equal to, both are same, which is equal to 0.75. Then by adding the 2, we get the final value as 1.5.
Our second example is a problem using 3-point formula. The question is, apply Gauss 3-point formula to evaluate integral minus 2 to 2 e raised to minus x by 2 dx. That is, I equal to integral minus 2 to 2 e raised to minus x by 2 dx. Here, f of x is e raised to minus x by 2. The lower limit is minus 2 and the upper limit is plus 2. Therefore, we take a equal to minus 2 and b equal to plus 2. We know that our general solution is I equal to b minus a by 2 into w1 f of x1 plus w2 f of x2 plus w3 f of x3. We know w1 equal to 5 by 9, w2 equal to 8 by 9, w3 equal to 5 by 9, z1 equal to minus root of 3 by 5, z2 equal to 0, z3 equal to root of 3 by 5. These values are constant in every 3-point problem. We know x1 equal to b minus a by 2 into z1 plus b plus a by 2. Substituting the values, x1 equal to 2 minus minus 2 by 2 into minus root of 3 by 5 plus 2 plus minus 2 by 2 equal to 2 into minus root of 3 by 5 equal to minus 1.549. Similarly, x2 equal to b minus a by 2 into z2 plus b plus a by 2. Here z2 equal to 0. So, x2 equal to 2 plus minus 2 by 2 equal to 0. And x3 equal to b minus a by 2 into z3 plus b plus a by 2. Substituting the values, 2 minus minus 2 by 2 into root of 3 by 5 plus 2 plus minus 2 by 2 equal to 2 into root of 3 by 5 equal to 1.549. Now we apply the values to the formula I equal to b minus a by 2 into 5 by 9 e raised to minus x1 by 2 plus 8 by 9 e raised to minus x2 by 2 plus 5 by 9 e raised to minus x3 by 2. On substituting the values, I equal to 2 minus minus 2 by 2 into 5 by 9 e raised to minus minus 1.549 by 2 plus 8 by 9 e raised to minus 0 by 2 plus 5 by 9 e raised to minus 1.549 by 2 equal to 2 into 5 by 9 e raised to 1.549 by 2 plus 8 by 9 e raised to 0 plus 5 by 9 e raised to minus 1.549 by 2 equal to 2 into 1.205 plus 0.89 plus 0.256 equal to 2 into 2.351 equal to 4.702. Therefore, on solving, we get I equal to 4.702. Therefore, I equal to integral minus 2 to 2 e raised to minus x by 2 dx is equal to 4.702. Now let us discuss about algorithm. Algorithm for Gauss quadrature 2-point. Step 1. Read the lower limit and upper limit as a and b respectively. Step 2. Call the user defined function integral. Step 3. Pass the values of a and b to the x and y. Step 4. Declare x1, x2 and I. Step 5. Compute the value of x1 and x2 using the equation x1 equal to y minus x by 2 into minus 1 by 3 raised to 0.5 plus y plus x by 2 and x2 equal to y minus x by 2 into 1 by 3 raised to 0.5 plus y minus x by 2. Step 6. Function f of x equal to 1 by 1 plus x square. Step 7. Compute the value of I using the equation I equal to y minus x by 2 into f of x1 plus f of x2 plus f of x3. Step 8. Return the value of I to the main function. Step 9. Print the integral value.
Okay, so now we can discuss about algorithm for Gauss quadrature 3-point. Step 1. Make the constants w1, w2 and w3. Step 2. Read the lower limit and upper limit as a and b respectively. Step 3. Call the user-defined function integral. Step 4. Pass the value of a and b to the x and y. Step 5. Declare x1, x2, x3 and I. Step 6. Compute the value of x1, x2 and x3 using equation x1 equal to y minus x by 2 into minus 3 by 5 all raised to 0.5 plus y plus x by 2. x2 equal to y plus x by 2. x3 equal to y minus x by 2 into 3 by 5 all raised to 0.5 plus y plus x by 2. Step 7. Function f of x equal to e raised to minus x by 2. Step 9. Return the value of I to the main function. Step 10. Print the integral value.
After understanding the problem and the algorithm for the program, we'll now move on to the program itself. We'll start with the 2-point program. Here we have used another header file which is #include CMAP. We have declared a function prototype which is having the name float integral. This means that further through the program, we'll come across a user-defined function having the name integral and which will return a value of the type float. Any program starts with its main function. Our main function has 4 variables of the type float. In the output screen, the sentence "enter the lower limit" is displayed, and then we enter the value for a. Further, in the output screen, the sentence "enter the upper limit" is displayed, and then we enter the value for b. Then we have declared another variable r of the type float, and the user-defined function is called. In this user-defined function, the values of a and b are sent as its parameters. The control now moves to a user-defined function integral. Our function has three variables of the type float, which are x1, x2 and s. The control now moves to a user-defined function integral. Our function has three variables of the type float, which are x1, x2 and s. x1 will take the value as explained in the algorithm part. The same goes for x2. We have declared another variable s1 of the type float, which will take the value of f of x1 as explained in the algorithm part. And s2 will have the value of f of x2. Finally, the value for the integral is stored in the variable s, and this value is returned to the main function. At last, the last statement is declared in the output screen, which gives the value for the integral. In the output screen, first the sentence "enter the lower limit" is displayed. Then we enter the value for the lower limit. Here we have entered -1. Then the sentence "enter the upper limit" is displayed, and we enter the value for the upper limit. Here we have entered 1. Then finally the result is displayed as a sentence "integral of 1 by 1 plus x square over the limits -1 and 1 is equal to 1.5.
Next we are going to explain about the program for the Gauss quadrature 3-point. First of all, we are including the IOStream header file, which is used for the input and output function. Next we are including a CMath header file, which is used for the mathematical functions. Next we are including the IOManip header file, which is used for the set precision function. Then using namespace std semicolon. Next initially we are declaring user-defined function integral, which is of double type having 2 parameters. Then we set up a constant of the float type w1, w2, w3, and then we are going to a main function. In the main function we are declaring two float variables a comma b, and then we are reading the lower limit as a, and we are reading the upper limit as b. And the next line, the double I equal to integral a comma b. In this line we are calling the user defined function integral having two parameters a comma b, which is of float type, and these values are passing to the integral function. The values of a and b which are passed to the argument x and y. In the integral function, the first of all we are declaring the double variables x1, x2, x3 and total. And the next step we are finding the values of x1, x2, x3. The x1 is equal to y minus x by 2 into minus 1 into sqrt of 0.6 plus y plus x by 2. In this equation we are using the sqrt function, which is the mathematical function which is used for the finding the square root of the given number. So sqrt having only one parameter. Then x is equal to y plus x by 2, x3 is equal to y minus x by 2 into sqrt of 0.6 plus y plus x by 2. After this step we are getting the values of x1, x2, x3. In the next step we are going to find out the values of r1, r2, r3. And then r1 is equal to w1 into exp of minus x1 by 2, r2 is equal to w2 into exp of minus x2 by 2, r3 is equal to w3 into exp of minus x3 by 2. In these equations we are using exp function. It is the mathematical function which is used for finding the exponential values. For example, if you want to find out the value of e raised to 5, we can use this function exp, and this exp has only one parameter. In this example exp of minus x1 by 2 gives e raised to minus x1 by 2. Then after these steps we are getting the values of r1, r2 and r3. The next step, total is equal to y minus x by 2 into r1 plus r2 plus r3. So we get the value of total. The next step, the return total, which is returned to the main function. The value of total which is returned to the main function. So the value of total is assigned to a double variable I. In the next step we are going to print out the results. The COUT, the integral of e raised to minus x by 2 over the limits a and b. E a and b are the upper limit, lower limit and upper limit respectively. Then set precision of 4. This set precision function is used for rounding the value to desired decimal places. So in this program we are using set precision of 4. So the value of I is rounded to 4 decimal places. The next step is return 0. It is the end of the program. In the next slide we are giving output. In the first line, the lower limit we are entering the value minus 2, and the next line upper limit we are entering the value 2. Then integral of e raised to minus x by 2 over the limits minus 2 and 2 equal to 4.726.